Minister Nicola Sturgeon was at a dairy farm in the Bridge of Allan. Now, she spoke about the Scottish funds to reduce industry carbon emissions, but more importantly, perhaps, she reacted to news about the pound falling to its record low against the dollar. This is what she had to say.
Today I'm here highlighting a Scottish Government fund to help industry decarbonise their operations, and I'm here at Graham's Dairy looking at a project that they've managed to implement as a result of funding from the Scottish Government. So in simple terms, decarbonising their heating process so that they reduce carbon emissions significantly but also reduce their costs of energy. So these are the kind of projects that we want to support business to introduce and implement, because not only is it good for business, it will help us overall as a country meet our net zero targets. We'll look to continue to support agriculture in a whole range of different ways. You know, food and drink, really important to Scotland's economy, really important to our international brand, so it's important that we support agriculture. Decarbonising agriculture is a big part of meeting our net zero targets. We've got work underway to look in detail at how we do that. We have a target to reduce emissions in agriculture by more than 30% by 2032. That's very challenging, and the only way to do that is in partnership with our agriculture sector. We have a consultation underway right now. We've got those targets for the early part of the 2030s, and there's a whole range of different ways. I mean, already we have farmers and the agriculture sector more generally doing really innovative work to try to make progress here, and that will continue in the period ahead. Well, the UK economy is in crisis right now, and that is not an exaggeration. The House of Commons should be immediately recalled so that it can start to undo some of the damage that was done by the Chancellor in his so-called mini-budget on Friday. The proposals, or policies rather, in that budget were both morally abhorrent, you know, racking up borrowing that future generations will have to repay, not to invest in the economy generally or support the majority of people who are struggling right now, but to make a relatively small number of already rich people even richer through tax cuts for the wealthiest. That is morally indefensible. But what we're also seeing is that the announcements on Friday are fiscally reckless. We see the pound in free fall, and that will lead to greater inflation because it makes the cost of imports even more expensive. We see the cost of government borrowing going up and up and up right now. It is almost inevitable, I think, that we're going to see the Bank of England further hike up interest rates, which will hit ordinary people in terms of mortgage repayments and other debt repayments. You know, we have a UK economy in crisis, in free fall right now, and an ideologically driven Prime Minister and Chancellor that seem oblivious to the damage that they're doing to millions of ordinary people. It is indefensible.